You cock 45, don't bother me. I'm busy XFiving. Hey, doggies. Hey, let's put another magazine in and XFive a little more. You want to? Oh, almost shot the wrong target. Let's go and hit the gong, wake it up. All right, what about a little more bowling? Had a couple of them there to dance with. Yes, busy XFiving. Y'all have been requesting it, and well, for a while, you know. Then I never did get around to. We didn't get the original XFive, so we have the new version of it with the tungsten infused frame. How's that? Okay, so this one is the newest iteration of the SIG P320 XFive, and it's quite a piece of hardware, no doubt. When I say beautiful, you know, it's not exactly a Colt single action, is it? It's not a Python either or anything like that. But, you know, a firearm, even a dull gray looking firearm made of various materials like this, there is still a, dare I say, beauty to it. The beauty is in the function of a firearm like this, really. If you've never had a polymer firearm or any of these new types of firearms, these, you know, whatever you want to call them. People have called them everything. Wonder 9s, high capacity, polymer wonders, and all those sorts of, usually they're negative in connotation, the things people call them quite often. But as I've pointed out before, like an AR-15 or an AK, you know, you may not be into those things at all, but they're just a lot of fun to shoot, more than you can imagine if you've never fired them. Now, this firearm is a competition, I mean, it's designed for competition. Okay, yeah, USPSA, whatever, I don't know about IDPA. I think mainly limited class and USPSA, IPSC competition, like I used to do a lot back in the late 80s and the early 90s and all that kind of thing. And I can still do it, I just, you know, I got kind of burned out. I spent so much time messing with it. But it's built for that, and it falls within, you know, size restrictions and all that kind of thing. And so the manufacturers, as you've seen, like the CZ, Shadow 2, we've done these kinds of firearms. The companies are making a firearm that is the best they can do right out of the box for a competition pistol. And this is another example of that. As I said, it has a tungsten infused frame. I'll load this. I probably won't have to, but I'll put a few in this mag while I'm at it. Which makes it heavier. And why do you want a heavier magazine? Aren't all the manufacturers of firearms working like crazy to get firearms lighter and still effective and easy to shoot well? Yeah, you're right. But for competition, where it's not a concealed firearm and it's for competition mainly, that doesn't matter. You're trying to reduce recoil, and you're trying to make the most accurate firearm you can. A firearm that's easy to shoot well, great trigger, you know, accurate, and the weight helps, doesn't it? Because in most of these action pistol games, what would I say, follow-up shots are important. Being able to put 2 or 3 rounds on a target quickly and move on to the next target, boom, 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 you know, double taps and that sort of thing. And the least amount of muzzle rise, the better, okay? So that's why you have a firearm like this that's relatively heavy. This thing weighs 43.5 ounces. Let me take a couple more shots with it real quick. All right. It's a jewel. We put a couple of, now I've already shot the target. I think feels good enough to smoke a little pot. Oh, I knocked that little pot off, didn't mean to. A little ball. Yeah, it has a sweet trigger. and it just feels really good in the hand. So I'm going to load it up and shoot it some more. Before I do that, I want to remind you again, don't forget about APMEX.com. They help us a great deal. The American Precious Metals Exchange, great company, incredible reputation, unbelievable inventory. Go check them out. There's a link in our description, APMEX.com, and look at all the goodies they have. You'll be impressed. So let me take it apart before it gets too hot real quick, just to show you. It's kind of funny going the other direction on a firearm like this and trying to add weight to it instead of worrying about reducing weight. Because, you know, I've got my M17 out here, the military adopted firearm, which is, you know, the same, at least it started out as the same firearm, right? And if I take this slide off, the frame, you know, it'll almost blow away in the wind. Not this one. This one feels like it's made out of steel. Okay, so that's the difference. This one with that infused tungsten, it weighs like a steel frame. And of course, it's supposed to have the advantages of both. You know, you got the weight of steel, but yet the flexibility of polymer. You know, they say. Okay, and I don't know how much it flexes, but you know, whatever. And this guide rod too. Ow, that sounded warmish. Wonder why. Somebody's been shooting it. You know, same thing with a guide rod. You know, that's a big old heavy guide rod. That thing feels like half a pound right there. See, and it comes with 2 springs. I've got the lighter one in it. I think 12 and 15 or whatever it is. I was having malfunctions with the heavier spring, and I guess it was the heavier one. I think it was, yeah. And I changed out the springs, and that solved it. Okay, so you got springs for different weight bullets or power factors and all that. I've determined that putting that in there like this is the easier way. It's got a long spring. Yeah, I was having trouble with it at first. But as, like always, I figure things out. Okay? Well, not always. But anyway, you know, it's just weird because, you know, all the polymer pistols all of us own, once you get the slide off, you know, they weigh nothing. Not this one. Not this one. Okay. And it even still has the weight up in here. I think the original XFive has a weight right there to give weight to the frame. You still even got the weight there along with the tungsten infused material there. Okay, whoops. Let's get the slide on, then lock it in. Okay, sights are, I think, Dawson Precision. They really are. They're worthy of the name Precision because they're narrow and the sight picture is really nice. I don't know if you can see that at all, but it's a very small dot. It's a very small fiber optic, and which I like. If you're trying to do any kind of precision shooting, yeah, it's just not good, I don't think, having a front sight that just totally fills up the notch back here. Okay, so I like that. That's pretty sweet. All right, you got, of course, your mag well. You can take that off if you want to. Nice flat trigger, I like that. Your skeletonized slide there. And of course, you got your plate here to remove. You can put on a RMR. I think it's set up already for the Romeo 1 Pro. So you're ready to go with that. So it's another option, reverse the mag release. So if you've thought about getting into, or if you've already playing the game, the USPSA games, you know, here's a choice, another choice. It may not be the best, or it may be, I don't know, but it's I have shot it a fair amount messing with it, and I like it, put it that way. I like that shadow too, also. These types of firearms are just fun to shoot. Yeah, no doubt. Look at that Mr. Orange 2-liter. Yeehaw! Oh, no, even I can hit a clay pigeon if it's standing still. Maybe. Yeah, heck yeah. There's an old empty paint can. Yeah. Put some more ammo in that thing. Why don't we go over there and try a red plate on the right. Got him, all right. again, I mean, to tell you, with this trigger and these sights, I'm gonna try the one in the middle. Look at that. Even I can hit them. Try the one on the left. It's a sweet pistol, I'll tell you. Is there some cinder on that barrel? I think so. Let's try Mr. Cowboy. Yeah, I won't shoot too much more. I know y'all are busy, but I'll tell you what, this is the kind of firearm you take out to the range or wherever, and you just want to keep shooting. I think I said that about the Shadow too, because no recoil. Yeah, and even though it's a competition firearm, it still might be a firearm you'd like. I mean, what's wrong with this for home defense if you want to use it for that? Something you're not packing around, 43.5 ounces or whatever, and then with ammo, you got probably what, 50 ounces or something. So you got a load here. But what's wrong with that for a home defense if it'll feed the ammo you want to put in it, or just a range gun? I don't know what the percentage is, but most people do not participate in shooting competitions. You know, who own firearms, it's a very, very, very small piece of the firearm owning public, I guess you'd say. That doesn't necessarily mean you can't own something like this and you would have no use for it. It's just I mean, you know, who can hate a really easy to shoot firearm? Because this thing literally has just almost no recoil, no felt recoil, and it shouldn't. It's just standard 9mm, and you know, well over 40 ounces when it's loaded. So, as someone who is recoil sensitive in your family, you know, I did pick this thing up, and they wouldn't give it back if you let them shoot it some. So you got that kind of thing going on. And one thing I was going to do too. Yeah, I had a couple of watermelons. I mean, you know, we don't think of watermelons when we have 9mm out, but I thought, why not? We had one here, and I thought, I'll just some of the ammo hollow points I keep in my M17 there, so I'll just use that. I put them in this mag. There's one thing I was going to show you too. This mag, of course, it's for the, you know, the M17. What's wrong here? This it doesn't. Let me put that slide back on. The standard SIG mags. Yeah, they fit, of course, fine in it, but they won't go in this because of the mag well, so it won't go up far enough. So you got to have these with the smaller base pad and that kind of thing. All right. So I transferred the ammo into this magazine. It's some HST, and I thought, if I'm going to shoot a watermelon, I'll put the hollow points in because y'all give me a hard time when I don't. All right. And I don't expect it to like blow like a rifle round or anything, but we'll see if we can chew it up. Okay. Wait a minute. Let's draw. Let's pretend we're in an old Western gunfight, and that watermelon has challenged me. It has threatened me. And right now, it's in the act of drawing its gun to shoot me. Oh, well, I spoke too soon. Those hollow points took it out pretty well, didn't they? Okay, what's left to hit with a hollow point? How about that? I'll knock that can off the shelf. How's that? What did I do, go through it? I don't know. Since we have a hollow point, let's see if it will totally destroy the gong. Yeah, like that would make a difference, right? On steel. So, it's, what did I not tell you? I think the MSRP is around 900. So I don't know if you can get one for 8, what the price would be on that. And again, it's the Legion, you know, the XFive Legion, and it's kind of the premier line, I guess, of SIGs. And the P320, it's a variation of the P320, the full size frame, you know, with a mag well, a good trigger, great trigger. And yeah, that is a nice trigger. It's yeah, it's nice, you know, and flat too. The physics of it, the flatness of it, I like. You got your ambi slide lock there. And you got XFive written on the slide, so you won't forget what firearm you have. So anyway, if you like SIGs, you like the P320, there's no way you can't like this or enjoy shooting it. Even if you hate SIGs, you'd enjoy shooting it, I think. So the Legion is a nice piece. As far as negatives, you know, for this type of firearm, I mean, there's no glaring negatives as far as I'm concerned. I like the sights, I like the trigger, the feel of it is good, feels really good. Feels like a CZ75, you know, the beaver tail, and it fits the hand great. So I can't come up with really anything that's a major negative, unless I was planning to carry it. And I wouldn't want to have to carry this boat anchor, because it is a boat anchor in terms of weight. But really nice pistol so far. Like I said, had some malfunctions when I first took it out of the box. I changed out the spring. Might have had a malfunction with the first shot or two with that new spring, and then, you know, then that's been it. Okay, it's not malfunctioned since then. So she broke in very quickly, and I figured out the spring I needed to be using for the ammo I was firing. So there you go. The XFive, if you're doing the USPSA stuff, the limited class and everything, man, there's some really nice pistols out there for that right now. And I'd say this is one of them. It's my estimation. If you've got one and you've been shooting it, competing with it or whatever, let people know what you think. If you have any trouble with them, or you love it, or you hate it, or whatever. Because it seems like a really good one to me. So appreciate y'all watching and supporting the people that support us. Come back anytime, really. You can click on a video anytime. We don't mind a bit, and we're not even going to charge you for it. So come on around. Life is good.
Oh, hi. Well, I've got you here. I want to let you know about some other places you can find us on the internet, and TalonGunGrips.com. So you can find us on Facebook under Hickok 45, on Instagram, The Real Hickok 45. I also run an Instagram called John_Hickok 45, Hickok 45 on Twitter. There's also Hickok45.com, our website, where you can find information about everything that we have going on, basically, all of our supporters. You can also find our merchandise on bunkerbranding.com, so please check all that out when you have time. And also, please check out TalonGunGrips.com. We appreciate all of their support in getting attacked by spiders. I don't know if they have any products for that or not, but you can get a lot of different grips for different types of handguns and rifles to give you different types of textures that you may want, that they can really help you grasp the pistol much better. So go to TalonGunGrips.com and check everything out that they have. And as always, read the descriptions in these videos. There's a lot of questions you may have that can be answered by the description, and also check out the links that we have down there. I appreciate it, and I've got some more shotgunning to do. I'll see you guys later.